So Trump is currently in Japan as part of this Asia trip. And while aboard Air Force One, he chose to have a small presser. One of the most important takeaways is that Trump is actually serious about running for a third term. Welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. Let's get there. Hit subscribe, watch, comment, and share. And do me a favor, help me to help you stop this stupidity. So, all right, let me now show you what he said. Because over the weekend, Steve Bannon said that there's actually a plan for Trump to run for a third term. And that's what they asked Trump about. Play the clip.
Sir, Steve Bannon said in a recent interview that there could be plans for you to be able to run and potentially win a third term in 2028. Is that something you'd be willing to challenge the court to be?
Well, I haven't really thought about it. We have some very good people, as you know. But I have the best poll numbers I've ever had. I mean, I just solved 8 wars and a 9th is coming. I believe Russia, Ukraine will happen. But we just did, we just left. And when you look at the treaty we just did, that was a war that was thousands of people were already shot at the border. And when you look at what we just did, it was pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. We got a lot of good credit. And I really have to thank Malaysia for that, because they really, the Prime Minister and everybody really helped get the two countries together. But it was quite a great peace treaty. But that was one of 8, and makes me feel good. I mean, it's millions of people that we saved. I saved the lives of millions of people. That's what's important. Yeah.
Yeah, save the lives of millions of people, but he's not ruling out. He is not ruling out a potential third term. He loves being president. Not about all the bullshit, not about policies, he loves the ability to call up and say, fuel up Air Force One. I want to go play golf. I want to go to Asia. I want to go to Russia. I want to go to anywhere. Right? I want to go to London. I want to go to Italy. I want to go to France. I have something to do. And what do? They shut down the skies. They clear the roadways. He gets picked up by not 1, not 2, not 10, 20 vehicles. All these vehicles, including fire trucks, police escorts, they take him straight to the plane. The plane automatically takes off. There's no waiting. They could fly at 1,000 miles an hour if the plane was capable, because the entire airspace is cleared just for him. And when he lands, if it's in America, again, every road is shut down until he gets to his destination. While overseas, somewhere, they do the same thing. They roll out the red carpet. They put on one ball, one extravaganza. Who wouldn't want to keep that as a power? Well, one person for sure. It's the president. So he then said that while he won't rule out running again, he does have other potential candidates that he would support. Play that clip.
They are good people.
For 2028, they're very good people.
Well, we have great people. Well, I don't have to get into that, but we have one of them standing right here. We have JD, obviously. The vice president is great. I think Marco's great. I think, I'm not sure if anybody would run against us. I think if they ever formed a group, it would be unstoppable. I really do. I believe that. I would love to do it. I have my best numbers ever. It's very terrible. I have my best numbers. If you read it, am I not ruling it out? You'll have to tell me. All I can tell you is that we have a great group of people, which they don't.
Yeah. Again, no matter what he says, he refuses to rule it out because he knows that he really wants to. He knows that they're going to play with the Constitution. They're going to make the claim, the argument that the Constitution does not prohibit a third term if, in fact, it's non-consecutive. That's going to be their argument. Reporter then goes on and asks if he would circumvent the Constitution by running, check this one out. Here's a little scheme. Running as a vice president, then, of course, having the vice president bail out, having the president bail out, vice president becoming the president, to which Trump said, that would be cute. Play the clip.
One theory on how you might try to serve a third term is that you could run as the vice president.
Yeah, I'd be allowed to do that.
Is it the White House or the White House counsel to your legal position? I
No,
guess?
you'd be allowed to do that, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. I think it's
You're ruling that out.
too cute. Yeah, I would rule that out because it's too cute. I think the people wouldn't like that. It's too cute. It's not. It wouldn't be right.
Sir, a golf-related question.
So let me tell you why he would rule that out. He would rule it out because his fear is that whoever the president ultimately would become would not bail out, and he has no desire to be a vice president, to be second in command to anyone. Trump then goes on and he attacks the Democrats, saying that we, as our party, have no viable candidates. Play the clip.
A great group of people, which they don't. They have Jasmine Crockett, a low IQ person. They have AOC's low IQ. You give her an IQ test, have her pass like the exams that I decided to take when I was at Walter Reed. Those are very hard, they're really aptitude tests, I guess, in a certain way, but they're cognitive tests. Let AOC go against Trump. Let Jasmine go against Trump. I don't think Jasmine, the first couple of questions are easy. A tiger, an elephant, a giraffe, you know. When you get up to about 5 or 6, and then when you get up to 10 and 20 and 25, they couldn't come close to answering any of those questions.
These readouts from Walter Reed.
It's truly amazing. You know, everything anybody else does, of course, is terrible. And whatever he does, of course, is the absolute best. But then the press also goes on and they ask Trump about his decision to increase tariffs on Canada by another 10%. Play that clip.
I know you're too social about the Canada tariffs. Can you walk through when you expect those to take effect? And can I ask why?
No, we're gonna let them know. Ronald Reagan loved tariffs. He used them sparingly, which he probably would make a mistake. He made a mistake in that. And again, I was the biggest fan of Ronald Reagan, but on finance, on trade, it wasn't his strong suit. But he liked tariffs, and they totally changed that to say that he didn't, because they're catering to the Supreme Court, because Canada's been ripping us off for a long time, and they're not going to rip us off anymore. Canada has been ripping us off for a long time.
Why?
One of the most difficult countries to deal with has been Canada. As much as I love Canada itself and the people of Canada, they've just had a lot of bad representatives. They did a fake ad yesterday. They were caught. The Ronald Reagan Foundation was the one that caught him, and it was totally the opposite of what they said. So I don't like that. That's dirty pool, and you can't do that. And let me just tell you, they shouldn't have done it. And they've apologized, and they said, we're going to take the ad down. Well, they did it, but they did it very late. They let it play for another 2 nights, and now they took that ad down. So I don't know when it's going to kick in. We'll see, but I don't really want to discuss it. Let's go.
Can I just add, Mr. President, can I just add?
See, he doesn't want to discuss it. Let me tell you why. Because as you saw in over the weekend, one of my episodes, I turned around and I showed you the full entire statement made by Ronald Reagan while he was doing a radio address. And no, they did not use AI to distort what Ronald Reagan was saying. They used his words verbatim. Now, minutes after he said that he would not meet with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, Trump then said, well, I won't meet with Mark Carney, but you know who I will meet with? I'll meet with Kim Jong-un. Play that clip.
Mr. President, you talked about North Korea on your way here. Have you heard anything back from
I haven't mentioned it. I haven't said anything, but I'd love to meet with him if he'd like to meet. I got along great with Kim Jong-un. I liked him. He liked me. If he wants to meet, I'll be in South Korea.
Would you extend your trip in order to try to meet?
Say it.
Would you extend your trip in Asia in order to meet with him?
Well, I hadn't thought of it, but I think the answer would be, yeah, I would do that, sure.
And when you
It's
do,
our last stop, so it's pretty easy to do. Yeah, I would do that.
when you do
Yeah, this is beyond. So you're willing to meet with a dictator, but you're not willing to meet with America's closest, longest trading partner, our best trading partner. Reporter then goes on and asks Trump about Russia's new missile. Play that clip.
Russia said this week that they tested a new missile that can go more than 8,000 miles. Is that saber rattling for you? What is that?
They know we have a nuclear submarine, the greatest in the world, right off their shore. So, I mean, doesn't have to go 8,000 miles, and they're not playing games with us. We're not playing games with them either. We test missiles all the time, but we do have a submarine, a nuclear submarine. We don't need to go 8,000 miles, and I don't think it's an appropriate thing for Putin to be saying either. By the way, he ought to get the war ended. A war that should have taken 1 week is now in its soon 4th year. That's what he ought to do instead of testing missiles.
Mr. President.
You know what I love? 8,000 miles. Imagine. So if they hypothetically shot it off 8,000 miles away, and we, of course, would have notification because that's what our radar systems are designed to do, you really think during that 8,000-mile trip, it's not going to be intercepted? I mean, come on. You really think that we're not going to be able to intercept something that's flying on a flight plan for 8,000 miles? It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Meanwhile, Trump also spoke about Javier Milei winning Argentina's midterm election. Play that clip.
The results from the Argentina election, it looks like Milei's party.
Wow, what a great question that is. I love that question because that was a big win in Argentina. I want to congratulate the victor, and he was a big victor, and he had a lot of help from us. He had a lot of help. I gave him an endorsement, very strong endorsement, and it was really unexpected to have a victory of that. Some people thought it would be hard to win, and not only did he win by a lot. So Argentina, that was a great thing, and I give Scott and I give Jameis and everybody, Marco, a lot of credit for that.
Yeah. Again, he takes the credit. Well, he endorsed somebody, therefore they won. Well, we can show you here in America how many people that he endorsed during special elections and during the midterms of last time, where no, they lost by a double-digit margin. Trump then proceeded to talk about protecting cattle ranchers, something, again, I had done in a previous episode right here on the Michael Cohen Show. Play that clip.
We'll see. We're going to take care of, look, we're going to take care of our ranchers one way, though. We have two situations. The ranchers for 35 years have done very poorly, the cattle people. They've done very, very poorly. And now they're doing well, but the price is up. So what I can see happening is we're going to take some beef because I have to get the price down. I want to get, most prices are down. If you look at energy and all the, I have things down, but beef is high. And the cattle ranchers are doing good. They backed me from day one. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure that they don't get hurt, but we have to also make sure that I get the prices down. I want to get the prices down like I did with eggs, like I did with lots of others. We had a couple of them where... Yeah, again, they're not doing better. They're not doing well. In fact, they're crying. They're begging for financial assistance. But finally, I do want to end on two Truth Social posts. The first one seems to be a summary of his presser. Let me show you what he says. In it, he writes, after winning 3 elections by a lot, I am now getting the best polling numbers that I have ever received. People see how strong the economy is, the trillions of dollars of investment pouring into our country, the record-setting strong border after years of millions of criminals pouring through it, totally unvetted and unchecked, ending 8 wars in 8 months, no men playing in women's sports, no transgender for everyone, rapidly falling energy prices, and much more. I feel like an infomercial. But despite all of this, the radical left losers are taking fake ads, not showing real polls, but rather saying that I am polling at low levels. These are the people that I've been beating for years and am continuing to do so, but by even bigger margins. These ads should not be allowed to run because they are fake. Well, seriously, I hope that you yourself are taking this into consideration. And the other post that I do want to show you highlights Trump's delusion of rewriting history to fuel his own ego. Let me show you what he says. The new Trump Kennedy Center columns, beautifully painted in a luxuriant white enamel color, replacing the fake-looking gold paint that was there for years. Many major improvements are being made, including seating, carpeting, wall covering, ceilings, chandeliers, stages, heating, and AC, etc., to what will soon be the finest arts and entertainment center anywhere in the world. Come see for yourself. We are remaining fully open during construction, renovation, and beautification.
I am doing the same thing to the United States of America, but only on a slighter, larger scale. I want to be clear about something, as if you read my Substack of this morning, America's democracy meets a wrecking ball. I started off by saying that Trump isn't governing, he's demolishing. From bulldozing the East Wing to deploying troops in American cities. His wrecking ball presidency, it thrives because no one dares to stop him. And that's why I say to you, please subscribe, watch, comment, share this with people. We need to build a community. This stupidity, it needs to stop. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.